or Kyle's rumored lesbian lover? Let's do Kyle. All right. So according to the blogs, Taylor Armstrong is coming out and saying that she did not have an affair with Kyle Richards. She's coming out swinging. Now, I didn't know that was even a rumor, but we're going to get into it. So this is from All About the Real Housewives. It says Taylor Armstrong is setting the record straight amid a satirical social media post about her and Kyle Richards from a Bravo parody account. Let's get the scoop. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum reacted to the gossip that she and Kyle once dated. The April 3rd post from the Twitter account Dorinda Deadly read, Taylor Armstrong confirms to GQ that she dated Kyle Richards for about 5 months in 2016. The tweet continued. She says the two are friends now. She's family no matter what. Mind you, 2016, wouldn't Kyle have been in a monogamous marriage to Mauricio in 2016? Allegedly, their whole marriage didn't start to crumble until about 2022. There's that. Later that day, Taylor told her Twitter followers that is complete BS. That the complete BS rumor about her and her former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co-star and longtime friend, it's a bunch of lies. She wrote, this is complete BS. Kyle is like family to me and always has been. I never said this, thought this, or experienced this. Lies, lies, lies. Hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Dun, 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 dun. Fans quickly reacted to Taylor's tweet to let her know the account was a parody and always post fake news. Oh my gosh, LOL, I'm so sorry, Taylor, but all that was a lie. We all knew it was, one fan wrote. One social media user noted, Taylor baby, that's a parody account. While another joked, that's why the elderly have to stay off of Twitter. That's rude. Kyle and Taylor have been friends since they starred in season 1 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2010. This all comes amid rumors that Kyle Richards is secretly dating her good friend, country singer Morgan Wade. How would this be secretly dating when Kyle and Morgan call backgrid paparazzi on themselves every time they take a fart? It's like, oh, Kyle and Morgan caught in Aspen. Kyle and Morgan caught on Sunset Boulevard. Kyle and Morgan caught in Cowboy Hat. Kyle and Morgan, blah, 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 blah. Caught at Star, like, how secretly? Get out of here. The tattoos, get out of here. While Kyle has yet to publicly confirm she's dating Morgan or share any updates about sexuality amid her separation from her husband, Mauricio Umansky, she did admit at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 13 reunion that she's curious about kissing women. I mean, this is the thing. And people in the LGBTQIA community, check me if I'm wrong on this because I am a straight woman. So this is just my opinion based on that. So if I'm wrong, check me on it because I can only speak for myself. I don't want to speak for a community that I'm not a part of. So hypothetically, if I were a part of the gay community, I would be kind of pissed at Kyle because I feel like she is playing with this whole like lesbian, I'm curious about kissing a woman, blah blah blah, like I don't know, it's almost like making a mockery of somebody's sexuality and identity. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it's like if Kyle was like, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to know what it would feel like to be black for a day. You know, maybe I'll just like get a really dark tan and I don't know, like put some cornrows in my head. I'm just curious. Like, what would it feel like to be black? You know, like it's almost like that Julie, whatever her name is, clip that's going around TikTok where she's like, I wish I was African-American sometimes because then I could say what I want without getting bashed. You know, it's like that type of ignorance where I don't know, if I were a gay woman, I would kind of be irritated by Kyle because I would be like, stop playing with what my identity is. Stop playing with what my sexuality is. You know, I feel like she's doing it for storyline. Either come out with it or stop playing around. And I don't mean that in a mean way of like, you need to out yourself or you need to know what you are, like nothing like that. But I feel like she's been using this whole lesbian, kissing a woman, curious thing for clickbait, for clicks and views, for relevancy, for storylines, where I think that she needs to either just say what it is or like stop playing around and making a mockery of it. It would be different, I think, if I genuinely thought she was just like, well, I'm at this place in my life and I am, confused or genuinely curious about my sexuality and I'm exploring it and this is what my truth is. And because I've been on a reality show for the last 13 years that made my family over $100 million, maybe I do owe them some type of transparency about what's going on. Kyle being like, oh, everyone's so cruel for asking questions about my marriage, it's none of their business, blah blah blah. Well, that's actually not true, Kyle. You built your entire brand, you've made millions and millions of dollars from being on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Not only that, but you badger and badger and badger your other co-stars for them to talk about very intimate and private things on camera. They need to own it, they need to tell the truth, everybody needs to be honest. But when it comes to your stuff, all of a sudden we need to back off and mind our own, it's nobody's effing business. Well, that's not true. There are so many examples of Kyle doing this to other people, but I'll hone in on one. Denise Richards with the whole Brandi Glanville, and that literally was just a hookup story. Like, did Brandi and Denise hook up? And Denise made it very clear. She's like, I'm a mother and I'm a very married woman. Did Kyle care about how that could affect Denise's marriage? Did she care how could it affect her children, Denise's children? No. She knew Brandi was going to bring it to the show because the whole scene was totally forced and to me very scripted. All of a sudden you had Kim Richards and Brandi in full glam and mic'd up, ready to come to talk. I think it was Teddy, right? To talk to Kyle and Teddy or whoever Kyle was with. Come on now. And then Kyle wouldn't let it go along with the other women. You need to be honest. We need to say what it is. This is the show. This is what you sign up for. But all of a sudden now, Kyle, your marriage is off limits. Worrying about how it's going to affect your children should be everybody's priority. Did you care about calling your sister an alcoholic on television? Did you care about how that would affect her children? Was it your effing business to out your sister's disease like that? What about Lisa Vanderpump with the dumbest storyline ever, Puppygate, when she was mentally going through it with the passing of her mother and her brother? Did you care about her mental state and how she was feeling? No. And it goes on and on. What about Yolanda and Yolanda being sick, accusing her of having Munchausen? How does that affect her marriage? How does that affect her children? It goes on and on and on. But when it's about Kyle, all of a sudden, we're all mean and we're all trolls and we're all haters and it's nobody effing business and all this other stuff. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, this whole thing about her and Taylor dating, I don't think that's true. I think that's a bunch of BS. I don't know and honestly, like, who cares? Who cares at that point? But maybe Taylor is angling for another role on The Real Housewives. Maybe she's looking for her 15 minutes to come back, so she's not coming back to The Real Housewives of OC. I don't know. And who cares at this point? I'm so sick of hearing about Kyle. And to me, Morgan Wade, blink twice if you need us to come and save you, because I don't believe they're in a relationship at all. All. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a hot mess. I think it's a PR relationship. I don't think Morgan likes Kyle at all. I've never gotten this crazy sexual chemistry. Never got that at all. I think that Morgan and her team saw a come up, and it's been a huge come up for Morgan Wade's career. I think Kyle was going through some type of midlife crisis, wanted attention, latched on to Morgan, and now this is where we're at. I do think they tried to end their PR relationship, but they realized that us, the fans, are really smart. They were worried about backlash, so then they fake got back together. And now what we're seeing is nothing but them trying to figure out how do we phase this out without getting backlash. I still think, and I don't know why, but I still think Kyle and Mauricio are going to get back together. Maybe in season 3 of Buying Beverly Hills. Maybe in the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like mid-season, I feel. I could be wrong. He seems pretty fed up with her and checked out and over her. To me, I feel like she's regretting it. I feel like she thinks she took it too far. And if she could reel it back, she could. But I feel like he is like, wait, I get to be free and still have my businesses and be on TV. Well, then let me go do that then. So I think if they do get back together, it will be Mauricio taking her back. That's what I think would happen. But we'll see. As always, let me know what you guys think. Put it down below and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, you guys, I'm going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up